everyone. Let me know if I'm live. Thanks, German. I received these in the mail. I haven't done like a proper mail day video, but look at that cold foil diabolical offering. Cold foil extended art. I think they sent these all. Thanks, Poo. Thanks, guys. And this is my spoiler card in rainbow foil. It's going to have to go straight in the deck. By the looks of it, the only Unity Warrior card we got. Hey, Harley. How you doing, man? Bros, Vinay. All right, I'm going to get right into it. I am more or less doing this for my own fun. So, you know, as usual, I forgot the knife. So I'll be back. Scissors will have to do. Alrighty, let's do this. I've got 9 cases. Whether I stay awake long enough to do them all is a whole nother question. But I'm gonna try. It's been man, it's been a while. It's been like a while since we did a stream. But yeah, let's do it. This is all Monarch first ed. It's for the shop, flukeandbox.com, as most of you will know. Thanks, Death of Raven. And I'm hoping, what am I hoping for? Extended art eruditions. That's what we're hoping for. Hey, Brian. So it's 10 p.m. in my local time, so I'm going to do my best to smash this out before midnight. But thanks for tuning in. This set is obviously getting harder and harder to get. So I wanted to open a bunch. I have to remember how this is collated. Okay. Foil first. So foil equipment. Whoa. Rare. Okay, we can do it that way. First, Majestic. So, funnily enough, it seems like Dusk Till Dawn, they actually printed the Levia token. There's a whole bunch of weird stuff in the set, based on the box breaks, including Seismic Surge, Rune Chant tokens. It's odd that they're, like, putting those cards in. It's not the end of the world, but it's just odd. And what else was weird? Yeah, the heroes and the tokens. That's what's weird. I think there's still a legendary we haven't seen. My guess is it's Crown of Providence reprint. I wouldn't be surprised or disappointed with that. And obviously we have no idea what the Fabled is for Dusk Till Dawn, so. But it's exciting to wait and find out. We will have 35 cases of Dusk Till Dawn to open up for the shop. We'll get more as well, but I'm expecting to open 10 to 20 on launch. Have I lagged out, guys? Can you guys still see me? Let me know. When the chat freezes, I worry. Also, I gotta do something about these stacks. Yeah, the chat might have frozen for me. I will refresh that in a second. Ooh, Herald the Rebirth. Let me refresh. Yeah, I missed a lot of the chat. Sorry, it had frozen for me. David, Sloop, Harley, Ricky, Heather. Hello. Hoping to pull at least one library. What did I do here? Put these in the wrong pile. Wrong pile. Thanks, Jeff. It's good seeing you the other night. Hopefully stream's back to normal. So do you guys think Bolton is going to be viable now? So I think the big question is if Levia and Bolton end up strong enough, you know. Oh, look at that. Dimensional Crossroads foil. Foil on this side. Oh, red pulping is good. Look at this pack. That's the pack. Imagine drafting that. Red pulping we're putting aside because it's a big hit in my opinion. Yeah, Sloop might be good. Well, banking action points in context to who? Bolton? Yeah, Bolton is... I don't believe Bolton needed a massive push. I think he's just going to be more consistent now, which is more than enough for that hero. Because it's a combo hero. You still have to play a little slow. Well, I also Sloop, there's the new shadow stuff that goes in Banish Zone, and you can play it as an instant and gain an action point. Or, not gain an action point. Thanks, Rav and Andrew. It was create a Eloquence token, which is gives another, like, Eloquence is very strong in certain scenarios. Tome of Torment. I might just I'll leave the pulping for now. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Please like the video if you're here. Subscribe if you haven't. We are speed running it to 4K. Wow, look at that big hit. Is this considered a big hit now? Foil Soul Food. Who wants a foil first ed Soul Food for their deck? I have a feeling it might actually see some play. Thanks, Sloop. On the hallowed rights. Yeah, good idea, Vash. Look, the card is so cheap. Soul Food, obviously, is what we're talking about. That you can't really lose. Oh, and a Soul Shield. This is always going to be huge. It's so good. D-React for 6 that goes into your soul when it's done. There's no world where that's not a played card. Oh, you know what? I just realized... Okay, I'm an idiot. I just realized I haven't been... Oh, no, wait. The cold foil is the foil slot in this. Never mind. I was like, I wasn't checking the tokens, but I remember now. This is the last set where the foil... The cold foils are in the foil slot, so... Theoretically, you can weigh... There it is. There's the cold foil. Speaking of... Ebb and Fold, cold foil. Yeah, you could weigh these packs to figure out where the cold foils are. So never buy loose packs of the first 3 sets is what I'm trying to say. Bolt Courage foil. So what I'm hoping for is extended out eruditions, I believe, are going to go back up and potentially just be massive cards again. They were like $800 at one point. Library obviously would be great, always is great. Good hit. Exude. Any plans to do paid box breaks for Alpha? Look, we're working on box breaks, man. Yes, hopefully soon. Just gotta sort some stuff out, get a actual answer out of LSS. It's been tricky. What was I saying? We want erudition, full art, and basically foils of all the play pieces for Bolton and Prism, because I do believe Bolton's going to see a lot more play. The legendary chess piece, the legendary gloves are good. Potentially Bolton's playing 2 new legendaries and a whole bunch of good cards. Some people have been saying they're underwhelming, the cards, but the thing is, Bolton, if you've ever actually versed Bolton has top 8 at big events, has won Pro Quest, etc. The issue with Bolton is the card disadvantage. Hey Ivan, how you doing, buddy? With all these new yellow, especially yellow cards that Bolton got, it's marginal upgrades, but they make a big difference in a deck that is like if it's so synergistic. Everything that they've printed fits. This is a fucking great hit. And the small foil. Like all the cards they printed for Bolton fit really well in the Bolton deck and do exactly what Bolton wants to do. It's like if you charge this, get this, you know, which is all Bolton wants to do is charge stuff. And now he used to charge stuff and never get an advantage for charging. Now it's gets an advantage for charging, then gets an advantage for using cards from Soul in some cases with these new cards. Anyway, I think Bolton might just look really good. When I say really good, it's not going to be Lexi level good, but I think you're going to see a lot more Boltons. Remember, we got Spirit of Irina, which was an insanely powerful legendary. Just it's a nice hit. Shadow Blast. But yes, Levia as well. Levia looks amazing. The new cards are sick. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to have a look, but there's basically, I think, our very first double-sided hero Marvel card. What else am I opening? If I pull a library, nothing, man. Foil Ravagers. I don't have much alpha, etc. in stock anymore. Nothing, in fact. But Monarch first is pricey enough. Oh, another red pulping. Sorry, I'm making a pile of pulpings, but they're really hard to get. But we'll be putting all this stock up on flukebox.com because, you know, it's time to stock up. Who's actually going to be playing Levia? That's the real question. Hungering. Beacon. So most of these cards will be in stock by tomorrow. Arcos, we just started opening, my friend. Wait, this is box 2. So nothing yet. And I will leave all the big hits out, so we'll be able to see. So far, 1 cold foil. To be honest, the shop is going to be happy with all the rares, because when I buy collections, I get a lot of Majestics, but ooh, foil Rouse. It's a nice hit. Yeah, having a lot of these first ed rares will be good. Having a whole bunch of foil Heralds will be good. because there's plenty of people that play the game now that didn't play during Monarch and haven't really invested money. No, Sean. Look, speaking of the spoilers, what are the new gloves called? Someone remind me. Iron Song Versus, I believe. I'm so pumped to run those on Dory. I think that's maybe the push we need. It might be enough. I won't know till I play some games with it, but speaking of Bolton, wouldn't be upset if we hit some Extended Art Lumina or Mark of the Beast, actually. Levia might. Look, happy with any EA Majestics. We may only see 1 or 2 in 9 cases, by the way. Look at that. Mark of the Beast following up the Lumina just to tease us. But yeah, Sean, I'm more pumped to play Dory with the new gloves. Alright, second Cold Foil Common. These are still good. Like most of the Cold Foil Commons in this set, they sell okay. They're not completely useless. A lot of them get played, so the Gauntlets and the Ebenfold both get play. So we'll see. I don't know if you guys saw a little, not Easter egg or something you might have not noticed. Extended Art Heralds are in Dusk Till Dawn as non-foils, which is kind of weird but cool. So you can have these cool looking cards from Dusk Till Dawn for your Prism deck without having to open Monarch First Ed, or if you never played during the armories. So it's basically like Herald of Triumph, but it's full art, non-foil. I don't know if they have all of them. I did see one. Mitch, those gloves are strong. Like in a not in a vacuum. In the way Dory plays right now, it's an immediate inclusion, and I believe immediately going to replace Braveforge braces. They are better. They block slightly. Well, they don't block less. They actually just break when you block for 3. While Braveforge stays around. But it's 100% going in the deck. Okay. What I need to do... Let's get rid of some commons. Okay. Box 3. Try and get quicker at this as I get reused to these packs. But I'm super pumped. This is case 1 and 9, so hopefully you guys hang around. I'm sure we'll see some spice. Look at that, another soul food. Look, this card is never going to be expensive, but Mitch, Monday after pre-release or Tuesday after pre-release? Thanks, Ike. So I'm not sure exactly which day. I'm assuming Monday. Yeah, Sean, Versus looks really good. Just because Braveforge braces, to the people that don't know, Braveforge braces require a weapon to hit, then you pay 1 and the next weapon gets +1. It's great, right? But it requires it to hit. Iron Song Versus is before you hit. So you can first of all use it to sink resources out. So as an example, if we go first, we can now, which is actually insanely powerful for Dory, because usually to sink a red turn 1 or turn 0, we have to swing Dawnblade, which isn't ideal because it lets them filter cards as an exude first ed. Now we can just pay 1 into Versus and then pass the turn, right? Second, it's going to create these circumstances where you have a 1 card hand, you pitch it. If it's a yellow or better, swing Dawnblade. If it hits, like no one ever wants to block a 3 attack Dawnblade, but now we can have an on hit. While you could never ever use Brave Forge Braces when you had 1 card in hand. That's the point. So it looks. Oh, is that a foil Lumina? I nearly like put this in the foil pile too. Not the extended art, but it was so close. Arrows and Flowers. I don't know what you're on, but you keep predicting stuff. All the rare and common heralds are EA and DTD. Like that makes. It's kind of cool, but it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It means I guess the set has a lot of cards in it, so that's what they've put in. But it's sort of... When you'd rather see like a whole bunch of support for the whatever class you play. Dustodon looks draftable. Yeah, people are saying that. Actually, German, from watching, did you notice it was 10 card packs, right? It wasn't 11, it wasn't 15, like it wasn't something weird. Because also like, I don't know. Subsets, expansion sets in Flesh and Blood. They cost, I mean, this isn't great, but hey, Majestic Cold Foil. People are saying they want to play Hexagore in the new Levio. There's your opportunity. What was I saying? 10 cards. The rarities were normal. Here's what I'm saying. When you buy a expansion set pack, you get less cards, right? So it's technically more per card when you buy a Dusk Till Dawn pack than when you buy an Outsiders pack, as an example. So having it full of like cards that people already have may not end up sitting well with people if there's too much chaff. So yeah, Arrows and Flowers, that's what I'm saying. Which is not a bad thing. Here we go, there's a Raiden. So it would have been nicer to hit a Raiden cold foil. I think the new chess piece really synergizes with Raiden. Look, either way, we'll see. We'll see. Listen, I'm pumped anyway. Invert. The set looks great. It's also supporting. Well, technically, this set might bring 4 heroes into the meta. It's bringing New Prism and Vincent, but then it's also buffing 2 heroes that rarely see play. I don't think it's buffing Reiner enough or Dory enough necessarily. Sean, didn't Bolton get a legendary chess piece? Arrows and Flowers, we'll see. Wow, look at that Shadow Puppetry foil. I think this is still a very good card, right? From memory. Sean, I can't remember the text. Someone can type it out. It's a nice hit. Wait, we did get a cold foil this box. Charge on block. Okay. Ah, that's right. Yes. It's just gonna speed up. Yeah, Nordic, you're just on time for us to hit the library. This is the last box of the case. So theoretically the legendary's in here. But theoretically it doesn't matter. Sometimes you get none. Hey, sealed case. Do you think they'll ever unban Duskblade? Yes, there's a world where they unban Duskblade. But also keep in mind Duskblade is playable in the Living Legend format. Mr. Kong. So when they start talking about that. Okay, our cold foil came early. So let's hope we still get Glass Sentinel. Foil Belittle Red is nice. I feel like Bolton got enough to, especially for once people work out how to build that deck, because I think it's going to need a lot of tweaking from what it was before. I think Bolton's going to look pretty good. Where'd you hit, Nordic? Ah, look, the Brute Head is like an insta include in Reiner. I don't know if Levia plays it, but holy crap, it's good. Like, imagine you int him a pummel, you int him the second attack they were gonna do, you int him. There's so many good cards you could int him. So good. The new Brute Helm is amazing. Thanks, Ansem. Mitch, I agree and disagree. I think if you can time it correctly, you can completely get rid of a pummel turn, which is huge. Also, it doesn't get rid of Arsenal though, correct? I think Arsenal comes back. Tome of Torment. Skullcap's always going to be undervalued, but then again, like, it's what, $100, $70? It's not that undervalued. Legendaries are sort of sitting in that spot now for Rainbow Foil. So it's just a mid-tier legendary, I would say. And they keep printing mid-tier legendaries. So it'll just... The more legendaries they print, I feel like overall, legendaries will just go down in price. Because they keep printing more and more of them. Like, if you had 20 legendaries per slot, then you can imagine the best one is expensive, the rest won't be. And yes, the Shadow one is great. The Shadow... For Skullhorn, I was thinking the chest piece looks amazing for Shadow, for Runeblade. Yeah, I think wow, foil Arclight. Well, this used to be great. Now there's a cold foil one of these. I don't know how much value this holds. It's a double majestic pack. Yeah, foil ALS first ed is beautiful. Wonder if they'll ever unban Seeds. I feel like Skullcap was getting used. Was it getting used? Seeds is unbanned. When did that happen? Did I miss something? No one plays it, I guess. I'm glad to be educated that Seeds is unbanned. Way to ruin my night. Yes, when Chain LL, that makes sense. So Vincent will play Seeds. You know, I wasn't even thinking that. That's cracked. That's pretty good. Congrats to Vincent. Suspended in Blitz. That makes sense. It's probably a little too strong in Blitz. Ghostly Visit. Man, I'm worried we don't see a legendary in this case. Yeah, this is the last pack. Not a great start, but to be honest, if we had to get a case with no legendary, the first one is the one to go. Yep, no legendary. One majestic cold foil and 0 legendaries. Okay. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. I'll fix this. Ah, yes, that's right. Her stuff is the rune gating stuff is expensive. Yes, yeah, that's right. I always forget the text on Seed says low cost, but who knows if it's funny. Like a lot of heroes come out and then they still get built with Ravenous Rabble and Snatch and E Strike. They're still very powerful cards, so who knows if Vincent doesn't just end up doing that. It's very possible. Okay, case number 2. Disappointing case 1. Although I'm happy with the Majestics we hit. And remember, Monarch first. Nordic, that's crazy. Nice. Monarch still has 8 or 9 legendaries per box, so... Legendaries. Majestics is what I meant. Yes, that's right. Tomorrow is banned and restricted. Prince of Fables in non-foil. Arcos, no, because I believe they're trying to make sure they don't get easily faked. That's the reason. I don't think you'll ever see... No, it's not the policy. I think it's more... Because they could just white border, right? They could do white border. But what they could do maybe is print like foil white border. Remember, they have printed the Fables in foreign language. There's still Japanese to come. So you're still going to see, more than likely, Japanese language for every Fable in foil. I have a feeling that's going to happen. No, it's not. I don't think it's overprinting. I really believe it's for the... They want to really try and prevent fakes and... like Tunic, Krunic, the non-foil Tunic is probably the most counterfeited card. That and Command and Conquer and E-Strike. Like, imagine how many fake Fables there'll be. We'll see. If Japanese cards are fabled, then maybe an Italian or German or Spanish Fable will then end up cheaper. That's what's possible, because it's still putting more Fables in the market. So a bunch of people that go buy a Japanese heart might sell. We'll see. I don't have any information that you guys don't. Time will tell. We're going to need to hit... We're going to need to get a case with a couple of legendaries to make up for this first one. Monarch is pretty reliable to get 1 per case, so... We'll see. CNC is not dying out, man. I think CNC will depend on... I think CNC will depend on how many decks can play it, not anything else. Like, there's some decks that just can't afford to play 2-cost attack actions. Yeah, but it's not going anywhere. It's like... It's also forever going to be the check against Ranger. Like... Yeah, but they've printed new decks that play it. Like, Uzuri loves CNC, but it's just not the most meta deck right now. Although it's in the meta, it's just not played as much as others. Also, you're about to have Prism back in the meta. CNC is probably one of the best poppers you can put. It blocks 3, but also it actually disrupts. So a lot of poppers are nowhere near as good as CNC because they are only useful when you pop with them. So if anything, CNC goes up if the new Prism gets played. And let me tell you, the new Prism will get played even if she's not super great. I would get the Husk and Footsteps, man. How much playability those cards offer, and then slowly open some packs when you go to Armories. Hey, Junior. think next year, Arrows. I'm sure they put the timing of it when they have announced the timing of it publicly. I just don't know exactly where. But I think it's early next year, 2024. But honestly, I don't know why you'd want it. I guess maybe if you're a new player, it's a good way to get a bunch of cards, but there's not much in there that you can't. Here we go, legendary number 1. Cold Foil Dynamo. Yeah, and I don't feel like there's many cards that you can't already get, like, quite affordably. Whiteboard and New Horizons. Ooh, there's our first erudition. I've been waiting to see these. Can we get another cold foil in this box to make up for case number 1? So we had a no legendary case, and then we've had arguably the worst legendary. Although, it seems like Vestige might end up being the worst legendary. Looking at the new Prism, and I don't think Bolton wants to play Vestige either, so we'll see. Guys, please hit the like button if you're here. We're on 22 likes, 60 viewers. Also, please subscribe if you haven't. Check out our single store, flukebox.com. I've got a bit of news about the site, but all this stock will end up listed on the site more than likely tomorrow. Very good chance I'll grade a bunch of the cold foils as well. Update with the site. We're migrating to Shopify, which probably means nothing to most of you, but it'll speed up the site. It will let us do a whole bunch of things like give you store credit and stuff like that. Which when we do that, we might end up integrating into FabDB in February as well, so you can potentially add a deck list and then hit purchase from Fluke Box. So we're working on that behind the scenes. Also, thanks, Loop. I appreciate you, man. Also, the ability to give store credit might mean the memberships will change and YouTube members will get some sort of, like, based on your tier of membership, some sort of, so it'll be based on tier and how long you've been a member. But we might be able to apply, like, store credit to your singles. There we go, Phantasmaclasm foil. There's a chance that's what we'll be working on, but members is hitting the join button under this video. It's $3 Australian a month. If you're on your iPhone, you'll have to use Safari to become a member because you can't do that through the Apple Store. But either way, that's some updates. Do I take cash? If you're in Australia, you could deposit cash, but not really Arcos, no. But, you know, you could always just give your friend the cash and use PayPal on the shop. Rainbow Foil Husk. There's not many Rainbow Foil Husk and Footsteps in the world. Have you checked our store? Have a look, see if we have any. We might. Sealed case, we may be able to take crypto, yes, on the new site, because it allows BitPay and a couple of other plugins. So yes, the short answer is yes. Long answer is not immediately when we launch. And when I say launch, nothing will really change for you guys except how the site works and how you search. But the new site, you'll be able to just click on WTR Alpha and it'll take you to WTR Alpha cards. Or, in this case, Dusk Till Dawn cards will just take you there, so that helps. Oh, hey, Arby. Yes, easy, dude. Yes, we can, like, if you need to pay cash for an order, we can probably sort something out for you. Which cryptos you would want? Sealed case, I don't know, buddy. Like, it's not, we won't take the crypto. The shop basically would, you would pay with crypto, we would get Australian dollars. That's what would happen. And BitPay is like just the name. They do take other crypto, but yeah. There we go. Phantasmaclasm non-foil. Thanks for the likes, everyone. I definitely saw a change. Streaming wise, obviously the new set comes out soon, so there'll be a bunch more streams starting. Wow, look at that. That's a big hit. Soul Food Rainbow Foil. But I've also got a whole bunch of Arcane Unlim. Now, I'm still working on the box break, so there's a chance the Arcane Unlim just ends up being on the site for box breaks. But unless I work that out, I can't do anything. So nothing in the immediate future with that. Genesis. You guys think New Prism plays Genesis? I think she does. But we'll see. It'd be cool though. Wow. Doomsday. Cold foil. Same case. Double legendary. That's sick. Don't know if this will see much play, but there's every chance it does now if Levia's a little bit more playable. It's always been a very strong card, and it's always been very easy to hit the requirement to get Blasphemous out. Sea Strike R Majestic hit in Monarch? No, I don't think it's Celestial Cataclysm. It's the best Majestic in Monarch. It's got to be Soul Shield. Soul Shield foil is probably the biggest. Exude might be good. Someone has to check that. I think it's Soul Shield. Even right now, it would still be Soul Shield. Sonata, not anymore. Hey, Winning Agenda. Shadow Puppetry. Is that the most expensive? Do we think that's the most expensive one? EA Lumina? No. EAs don't count. Like, they're so rare. We might not even see one. I've opened 10 cases and not seen a single extended art. So, Arcos. That's a tricky question, man. Like, the Warrior gloves will be cheap, I think, because they're still Warrior and not everyone plays that class. Let me get rid of these commons. I think the Prism chess piece will be the most expensive. But then maybe they've hidden a really good generic legendary and they haven't told us. Because there is a legendary that hasn't been shown yet. So hopefully it's Crown of Providence. That makes sense. Crown of Providence non-foil makes a lot of sense for the game. But again, I feel like if it was Crown, they would just come out and say it. I really see strikes 60. Okay, there you go. I mean, the thing with Celestial Cataclysm is it's the only light popper, I believe, that exists. If I'm not mistaken. Ah, that's right. I forgot about Rouse. We hit a Rouse. Rouse is probably, but then Oldham's on the way out, so that might change a lot too. Okay. Part of the reason we're opening Monarch first tonight is there are 2 light poppers. Part of the reason we're opening generic light, or there's a light warrior popper. Foil Beacon of Victory in the common foil pile. Okay, I'll check for that. What was I saying? Getting so distracted. Yeah, we're opening this because we believe the pricing in Monarch is going to change drastically in the next few weeks. Oh, yes, I did. It just doesn't look like a Majestic for some reason. Looks like a V of the Vanguard or something. No, we just think it'll change. I'll be like, yes, a lot of these cards will go up. Like Soul Food's easily tripled in price, but it was only like 50 cents to begin with, right? So it doesn't, still not expensive, but yeah, we'll see. So what's the other? Whoa, triple legendary case. This is what we want. This is the juice case right here. Imagine we hit 4 legendaries in one case. Will you guys be jealous? It's making up for that first case. Oh man, this is the case. Might have to stop after this one. All right, now we need a library. Okay, just need a library, and then we can do a short. Call it the God case. That's what we want. That's a really good hit. I mean, I'm very happy to have hit the Doomsday and the Valiant Dynamo 1 case already, but geez. Yeah, the library is just add-on bonus. It's just birthday luck. It is actually my birthday today, so if we get lucky, we know why, right? You thought... Ah, you opened a lid. Yeah. Footsteps, I believe, are gonna see a lot of play. Yeah. Uh, 500 trying to build Vin and Prism. The thing is, you can build them, but build them to a super competitive level. No, but the thing is, with my advice is, if you want, build one and just take it easy. Like Vincent and Prism are both gonna come into the game with 0 LL points, so there's every chance they hang around for a while, especially with the rate of LL points that get handed out now. So you have time to build them. Or find a friend. Find a friend that really wants to play both as well, and then one of you builds each, and then you swap decks every once in a while, and you'll be happy. All right, we got 1.5 boxes to go. We need one more legendary to make absolute fab history here. Thanks, CJ. DC MJ, I think Prism is very good. I just think she's not going to be as broken as Luminaris Prism. That's all. I think she's going to be like Dromai. It's going to take a minute for people to work that deck out in a specific meta. I also think Prism will absolutely demolish Dromai, as illusionist mirrors go. But we'll see. Remember, another cold fire. I mean, this is great to see. It's not a legendary, but like, look, we're 7 boxes in with 8 cold falls now. What was I saying? Yeah, I think Prism is really good. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude, she has Marvel fucking Angels. That deck is going to be played. Same as why 1 million people built Dromai. They don't all play her, but there's plenty of Dromai's top 8ing big events, and it's only a matter of time before that deck is winning, because it is a good deck. It's just, I think, quite skill-intensive to play. Nourishing Emptiness might be one of the high-end foil Majestics as well. Might be. Thanks, Atlas. Oh, good. Thanks for tuning in. I'll make sure we put a short up with all the hits. Tremor of Rathiel. Okay, that was the last pack of box 7. You think Prism needs Footsteps? I don't know if Prism needs Footsteps. I mean, I think she will play them. I think they're very strong. Any Spillbloods? None foil, yes. I don't know about need Footsteps. I think you could definitely play Prism with Mage Master Boots, for instance. I think Tome of Findle fits very nicely into a Prism deck. But hey, we'll see. We're at 69 viewers. No one leave. No one come in. Thanks, Steven. Okay, there we go. Celestial Cataclysm. Wow, foil Merciful. I'm going to have to go through the foil pile and get all the good stuff out. What the heck? In a row. That's really weird. That's really, really weird. Thanks, Zach. Marvel Levier. Yeah, I think everyone wants that Marvel Levier, huh? Now, what we don't know... Remember, like, they told us the Marvel Emperor is, like, 1 in 10,000 packs or whatever bullshit. We don't really know... Like, we know that there's a serialized cards, but we don't know any other crazy rarities in this set. So, I imagine the Levier Rainbow Foil will end up being quite cheap and maybe overprinted a little because it's nearly like a hero. Like, I think you'll need to have that legendary to play Levier competitively in any way. It's going to be interesting to see. But again, that's why we're doing this. I think you're going to need a whole bunch of Monarch cards if you're going to play any of the 4 heroes that are supported in Dust Dawn. So I'll try and cater to that. Arrows and Flowers for sure. I think this is a great way to... Dude, we did hit 4 legendaries. There's a Cold Fall Eclipse in the same case. Holy moly. That is insane luck. Like, that's dumb. That's really dumb luck. Again, I know they're not expensive legendaries, but that's 4 legendaries in a case. Never seen a 4 legendary case in my life. And they're all different legendaries, yes. It's very cool. Dude, this case is fucking lit. Look at that. Extended art, Mark of the Beast. It's worth more than those anyway. It's basically a legendary. GG. Best case I've ever opened. I've opened a double legendary and a library before, right? But like 4 legendaries and an EA is next level. This is nuts. Oh, and this is case 2 of 9. Yes, Nordic, I got 4 legendaries and the EA Mark of the Beast in the next pack. We got Doomsday Eclipse, Carrion Husk, and Mark of the Beast. It's a very, very shadow-oriented case. Yes, Tim, birthday luck for sure. I'm not giving James White any credit for this, man. This was... If anyone helped, it was Chris Gearing. Yeah, do I need to build a Levier deck? Still, this is all shop stock, so it's really luck for the shop. No, German, I won't be playing Shadow. I'm more inclined to play Prism. Let's see how lucky we get with the Marvel Angel pulls, because I feel like if I get a playset of the Marvel Angels, there's a small chance I just build that Prism deck, because they're all legendary, right? Exude, Rainbow Foil as well, just to add. All right, 3 more packs. Hey, Hey, Joe, I don't know. I'm not complaining. Guys, it's... and an erudition. Hit after hit. This particular box has been dumb. Look, it's nearly never worth buying cases. Like, it's only worth it if you enjoy the thrill of the chase, loot box gambling. Otherwise, it's just better to buy singles. On flukeandbox.com. Best place to buy singles. If you weren't aware, we ship worldwide for 16 Australian dollars, which is probably 10 of your local currency. We ship very quickly, and our pricing's in Australian dollars, and it's usually no local tax for you. So what are you waiting for? All right, let me dump these commons, and we move on to case 3. I don't think we can top this case. We're going to try, but I don't see how we do. Oh, that's right. The new site will actually show you your conversion. To your local currency. If they add duty premium. We ship it as low value, but we can't promise that you won't get hit with local duty. That's, you know. Yeah, right. I know. It's good that we got a case like that, but it's unlikely we get another one. But then again, there's still some great stuff in Monarch. There's still, man, it doesn't like, it's crazy because no one plays it, but the Alt-Art Galaxy Black is just an amazingly sexy card. EA Erudition, still Library Footsteps, we haven't hit. EA Lumina. And if you're... Yeah, what Dev said, we do keep it quite low value, and we don't like send the invoice on the outside of the box. But look, local duty should never cost you a fortune. It really depends where you live. Yeah, Roy, they're very hard to hit. That case was insane. That's an insane case. Like I've opened, man, I've probably opened 100 cases of Mon first, and again, the luckiest we've been from memory was 2 legendary and a library, but there was no EA in that case. I remember. This is a 5 legendary in my head. That's like hitting 5 legendaries in rarity. See you, Ike. Thanks for hopping in, dude. Also, a lot of times, guys, when you order on the shop, if you're going to be at Worlds, for instance, you can just select pick up at Worlds and I'll be there. I do go to a lot of the major events. And even if I'm not going personally, there's a chance someone that's going will bring your cards with you. So that's a nice hit. Cold for Raiden to start us off. Try and keep the pace up. It's 11 p.m. Zach, yes. So you can already buy the common rare playset, Dusk Till Dawn. It's $99. Guys, by the way, that's insane value, and you get it fully sorted with every playset of cards in a penny sleeve. A few people in the chat have bought them, and it's like silly not to order it. Believe me, especially if you're not planning to open a whole bunch of products. So those are up. Pre-orders for actual cards, I believe, we'll try for very soon. But yes, you'll see pre-orders, and I'll send an email out. What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. You can still fairly easily buy Mon First Ed. There's plenty around. It's like it's drying up in some ways, but there's so many people that hoarded it at the time thinking it'd jump up in value that there's always someone with a bunch of cases that's wanting to sell. Yeah, Nordic, so you get a CC playlist of every card. So you'll get one of every equipment and token, but you'll get 3 of every nourishing foil of every common rare. That you can use 3 of. If the card has like legendary text on it, you'll get 1. Thanks, Az. Good to see you, buddy. Mon First Ed boxes are, I think, still very affordable. You should be able to get them for around 100 US, maybe a little less. So no, not the same price as a current set, but they're not that expensive. The EV is actually jumping up at the moment if you want a reason to buy it, because there's a whole bunch of cards in Monarch that, again, if you're going to play any of the 4 heroes from Dusk till Dawn, you're probably going to want to have Monarch cards as well. Again, that's why we're cracking it today in preparation for that. For the deck lists and people wanting maybe to bling out their deck with some... like the legendaries, again, Husk will probably more than likely be played in... I mean, look, it's going to get played in Levia and Vincent. 100%. It's such a busted, strong card. And Footsteps... Dynamo's been a staple in Kasai forever, and that's never going to change. What else? And yeah, every herald in... like, remember, the new set has some heralds in it, but if you want First Ed or Rainbow Foil heralds, you have to come back to Monarch to get them. Shadow or Blasmafed? In foil. Alright, we haven't even hit a cold... oh, no, we did hit the Raiden in this box. Never mind. Is that a Lumina playset? We have more than a Lumina playset now, I believe. Not in foil. Have I given... no, I'm probably going to make a video as I gave my thoughts early in the stream, though. And yeah, it's 100% replacing Brave Forge braces for me. I believe Brave Forge braces are like going to be the worst legendary now. It's so good to have that on hit, have a way to sync resources without having to hit them first. Brave Forge braces requires me to hit you first to actually use them. And now we can use our whole, like... our entire deck building will now work around having the ability to pitch into Versus. And maybe Versus every turn. It's so beneficial. It's a really good card. Like, I think it might be enough of a push to bring Dory up the meta ladder. Versus is not braces. The reason it's not is it stacks. So, like, as an example, you can pay for Versus, and then you can potentially block with a Unity card and have 2 of them. It also makes the late game cycle really, really good. Is Courage... what do you mean by Courage? You talking about the chess piece Courage? Or the Courage token? What are we... yeah, guys, Versus also makes Dory finally have a 1 card. Courage is very strong. The token's very strong. Cheapest legendary right now. Yes, Emperor, I believe. Is the trigger a May trigger? Ooh, that's a good question. Sorry. Can someone check that? Hey, someone read out. No problem, German. Don't worry, buddy. Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, what does the courage token say? Also, by the way, the other thing that courage does, the courage token, so while we're on the topic, you can swing your naked Dawnblade. You pitch, so let's say you pitch a blue, swing, pay for versus, swing Dawnblade. They don't block because it's just 3, right? Hey, Steven. And then, you glint it or whatever, give it go again. It hits, it creates a courage token, right? Ooh, blood drop brocade, I should say. Where am I going with this? This is where I'm going with this. You swing Dawnblade, create the courage token. You then play a red hit and run and command and conquer for 10. Yep, you can do that. You can Nourishing Emptiness for 10 as well. And that break point of going from a blockable number to an unblockable number, requiring an extra card, like Command and Conquer for 7, is also a play. The fact that Courage works on attack actions is absolutely great for Dory, because we've always wanted to run attacks, but because our Dawnblade is how we steamroll opponents, it's always a downside. But now you can use your Dawnblade to buff an attack. You know, E-Strike for 8. It's great. I've been wanting to play with Flock of the Featherwalkers again, with Tunic, and the Courage token plays into that too, because it'll just be 1 for 6 instead of 1 for 5. So there's a lot of value in it, especially over the course of a game. And Dory wants to play mid-range, and now the Dawnblade, Naked Dawnblade, 1 card, so pitch a yellow, Naked Dawnblade swing, threatens an on-hit now. It never used to. That's what that card does. If I haven't sold you on how good the card is yet, just verse me at the next event you see me when I'm playing it. So I think we play maybe Vambrace into Prism, but everyone else, it looks like it's versus. Love seeing those yellow foil auras. Will they nerf stuff? Well, the bans restricted is tomorrow. Vince's ability doesn't steamroll because it says the next, right? It says the next. So I'll explain something to everybody if you're not aware. If something says the next ability or attack can't be prevented, then the way the ward mechanic works is it'll break one. The first ward thing will break, and then the next one will absorb the damage. The new warrior, the new Dory. Actually, I have it here. All right, so this card, because it says until the end of the turn can't be prevented, this will demolish Prism if she doesn't block correctly. Thanks, Swag. So yeah, wow, that could have been so good, but it's not extended art. Rainbow 4 though, we'll take it. So I think, yeah, like Shuko. So the Vincent ability just says the next rune check can't be, correct? Which means it'll just blow up two wards. Not all of them. Yes, I can, Swag. I showed it in the very first frame of the stream. I showed it, but I'll pull it out again. It's so great. It's EA and cold foil. It's a beautiful card. It's like a cold foil hero. This is what cold foil heroes look like. Is it's extended art, and it's really cool. I don't know what these are worth. We only got one each, so I imagine they're going to be expensive. Yeah, the new Levia looks amazing. New Prism looks amazing, actually. Man, there's going to be pimp Levia decks now. I kind of like that because Prism is getting all these Marvels and everything. Levia has this sick Marvel hero thing, I know, but that's a very cool thing for the Shadow. Is it Shadow Brute, though? It's Shadow Brute, yeah. So, Levia. Alright, let me get rid of commons. Is it going on the site? Everything's going on the site. And yes, the Diabolic is going on the site. I might grade it. I might not. It's actually really clean. That's why I was thinking of grading it. Ah, Steven, yes, it's so sick. It's also like, I love how LSS have this ability to hyper set, and nearly every set adds something just completely new that we haven't had before, whether it's a mechanic or a token. Or in this case, like just a whole new way to play the game, or to bring a hero that's realistically wasn't played in a competitive sense. Yes, very hyped. Also, there's a legendary missing we haven't seen. We don't know what the Fable is. And none of us have seen these serialized sketch cards, which I imagine are going to be otherworldly. So, the next. Yes, it's the next, so can't be prevented. Oh, I see what you mean, yes. Swag, I really doubt that. Wait, Vin reads the next rune-chain effect that would be deal damage this turn can't be prevented. Right, but you know it can be AB'd, right? But you're right. If they don't AB it, then it's going to blow up all their ward. But you just need to Arcane Barrier, because Arcane Barrier is not preventing. It's a replacement effect. Is it damage? I thought it was different. There you go. Then I don't know what I'm talking about. Then yes, it should blow up all their ward, I guess. Can't be AB'd. But does the next text mean it only blows up 2? Or it's saying the next rune-chain itself can't ever be prevented? We'll see what they say. So it seems a little strong, right? But then I also feel like the new Prism, like, same as Dromai plays, you want free damage, but every single ward is going to try and prevent the damage and fail, but still die. That's what I think happens. Either way, though, if you're Prism, you're just going to play the way Dromai plays into certain decks and doesn't make dragons. I think Prism will just not make allies or things. Whoa, this could have been full art, but it's not. Still, Rainbow Foil Erudition. Yeah, I think you just won't be making your allies into that playstyle. You're probably going to play to fatigue Vincent or get her low on damage so that she's not using her ability or using her weapon or whatever. I think there's like there will be a plan, is what I think. Because Dromai, everyone looked at Dromai and went, "How do you beat Dory? Dory just makes endless counters." Well, if you don't make any allies, then Dory can't hit them, and that's how you beat Dory. You just use your big attacks, and I think that's what Prism will do. She'll just swing Heralds into Vincent, and potentially pay to give them go again. Like set up turns where you're swinging with more than one herald. That's I think what Vincent does. Einhard gauntlets are not too bad. And this is the second one we get. Yes, it is. It's the good one. Nearly done with this box. Not much spice. Held a judgment. Made me pause for a second. Oh, did we just hit a erudition? We didn't hit another erudition. Yeah, the set looks amazing. I'm hyped. And I'm hyped for being a warrior player that's only really getting... I mean, by the way, when I'm saying only getting, like, we're getting a specialization and a legendary. I feel like that's a lot of support. I was hoping for some generic Unity, like, not generic, but low rarity Unity cards, like some attack reactions or something, but... Zach, did they print the Majestic ones? I think they only printed the fodder one, right? Brute Legendary is cracked, it's great. Talked about that before too. I think it's an auto include in Reiner. Not sure how Levier will play it, but maybe yes. No problem, Tim. Thanks, dude. Last pack. The rim prints are non-foil, but they're full art. So it is crazy. It's crazy because it takes up slots of something that could have been something else. Andrew, the helmet. Have you seen the helmet? It's block 2 and banish Intimidator card on their turn. Yeah, go check it out. I'm trying to remember who spoiled it. Hayden Dale from Arsenal Pass did. He had a short. A really, really good card. Again, I'm pretty sure it's auto include. Oops. Ah, that was a cold fall too. Shadow Beast. Stack the common cold falls as they grow. See, we had that massive, insane first case. Now we've hit nothing. Again. This is the last box of this case too, so let's hope it's not another dry case, because that ruins our EV again. Back to square one. We hit cold foil rate in this case so far. That's been it. Hexagore. Feel like this might see play. I don't know if it will, but like 2 for 6 is crazy. And if you're playing, if your game plan is to have a whole bunch of blood debt anyway. Yes, Stephen, we hit one before. So it'll go up on the shop. Where is it? There. That's cold foil hexagon for you. Actually, I think the shop already has one too. I think. Man, we've hit quite a few eruditions. I think this is like number 5. And a bunch of foils, which is good. Because that's really, I think, you're going to be playing that in the new Prism. I I don't think it's optional. It's still the best Herald. And if you're not playing a super go wide Prism, which you really can't anymore, Erudition is probably the one card you play around using the go again on the weapon, because drawing 2 cards, you should be able to afford to pay for that weapon. But it's the weapon plus the chess piece, right? That the new chess piece gives her the free ability with the Figment. That's right. That won't affect the weapon, though. You always have to pay 2. Never mind me. Man, come on. No legendary again in a case. It's absolutely crazy if we go from no legendary case to a 4 legendary case to a no legendary case. That's... Wait, what does that mean for the next case? Does that mean, like, hit 2 libraries or something? I always forget, Monarch has such subtle foiling. Like that Yinti does not look foil. Guardian of the Shadow Realm. Looks like a Dusk Till Dawn card, doesn't it? Alright. I think 3 or 4 packs left. You guys see the Sonata reprint? Not Sonata reprint, the Skeleta reprint. Steven, they'll go up more than likely by tomorrow night. Alright, this is the last pack. No legendary. So, yeah, we've gone from 0 legendary to 4 legendary back to 0. Great. Amazing. That's okay. That just means this next case must be crazy, right? That's logic. Maybe I'll... Alright. Case 4? Case 4. As it's a... Can you see? It's a black label, but bottle of water. It's just a glass bottle, so I reuse it. And if you care to know, I never drank the whiskey out of it. Alrighty. Case 4. All right, we really, really won a couple of legendaries in this in this case. So I was reading chat. So much going on. But I need to keep the pace up. What have we done? Nearly an hour and a half. We're not halfway yet, so at this rate, I may not open all 9. But we'll see how tired I get in another hour. Cool. Invert existence foil. I love winning games with that in drafts. It's been fun. Well, what does the Collector's Center say, though? I think the Collector's Center has the legendary pull rate. Is this the first tome we've pulled? I think it is. Jackson, we got 4 legendaries and an EA Majestic in one case, and then we've had 2 cases with no legendary. So it's been very feast or famine. Hope you've been well, man. To Wrath. Yeah, I've been drafting it weekly. It's fun to draft. It's a nice change of pace for our local armory. Whoops. You played Vincent on tabletop or on Talisha? Ouch. This is not necessarily lucky. We'll take it, but I mean, it's still going to see play in Blitz, I know. It's just not what we want to see. Not the cold fall we want to see. Yeah, the LL format. That's about right. I think Vincent does seem strong. I mean, any hero that's playing with cards in the banish zone is strong, in my opinion. I know Levia isn't as strong because her ability to turn off Blood Debt is not the best, but like when Levia goes off, she's absolutely overpowered. Yeah, but Jackson, that's foiling in general. Any light cards, like look at Tales of Aria foils. They're so bright and look amazing compared to any dark cards. It's just, I think the nature of foiling in general, it's reflecting light. So if the surface under the foil is dark, it just reflects less, doesn't look as good. I don't think that's fixable. It's like black gems versus diamonds, you know? Or dark gems. Always look cooler when it's lighter. Does Vincent feel like a hybrid between Chain and Viz? That's sort of how I read Vincent. It's like a little bit of Viz OTK build up rune chant build, but also has the ability to just play 6 cards in a turn. Ooh, foil shadow puppetry. Azuri Spice. Where's the Azuri Spice coming from? Are there that many, like... I guess... Oh, here we go. Another Doomsday. Okay. Look, this is fine. I think these are probably good hits right now. Because there's probably a bunch of people that... are going to want to deck out their Levia, and that's a... I believe you definitely play that in Levia. In CC, like, you're going to hit threshold quite easily, right? What was I saying? You're playing creepers in Vincent, so I guess there's a lot of shenanigans, huh? Ooh, foil Genesis. Beautiful. And another soul food. We're rich. I think we sold like 20 soul foods in the last week at $2 each. So that's nice. Might have to put them up actually. They're selling out. Hey Arrows, you missed a Doomsday. And a cold foil Luminaris. Nothing crazy. Yeah, we take this. I think Doomsday is not as... I think Doomsday used to be a bad hit. I don't think it is anymore. There's no way people aren't jumping on that Levia train. So people are about to find out there's not that many Doomsdays in the world. In cold foil, that is. Don't know. I'm not the person that sets pricing on the website, believe it or not, but you can check. Someone will type it in a minute, I'm sure. I'm sure they're under $100, but I think that's probably going to change. Yeah, I do think Levia might just... Like, I've lost to Levia a bunch of times in CC. Like, when that deck goes off, it's not exactly stoppable. But it usually stops itself. But now it's got a way to potentially not stop itself. You know, not die to the... So this was a 1 legendary... No, never mind. This is box 2. We've hit 1 legendary already. There you go. So it's creeping up. I'm not much of a brewer. aside from Dorio, I couldn't even start to help Theory craft on the new heroes, but I think once people figure out the balance of cards with Levia, she's going to go nuts. And yes, exactly. There's less luck or unluck in Levia now. Like, I think you just play to a goal. Okay. $85 USD. There you go. So where's RB getting pricing from then? There's a big difference between 85 USD and 57 USD. Where are you checking? Maybe, did you actually select like ship to Australia? I think usually Dev only looks at listings that are shipping to Oz. But ah, yes, Jackson, that's right. A druid. Wait, what are the lists of heroes in the lore book? I don't think druid's one of them, but there's definitely like creatures that we haven't seen yet. The graph, cleric. I don't see cleric. Last one, so there you go. Well, that's the thing, Dev. They're going up. 100% they're going up. Yeah, there you go. Jeez, they've really gone up. Well, we're gonna have a couple up. And does that mean they're like gonna creep up to 200 US Aussie? I mean, feels like where they're heading. I know someone gets stacks will in here. Ah, that's right, Dev. You got to set pricing. Yeah, that's what you do. Not shipping to Australia. You do shipping to US, so you can see actual pricing. I remember. Yeah, no, Jackson, I know. Like, again, Levia, even in Blitz, can quite... like, it's a pretty serious win con. Like, even Blitz Levia can get Plasma fed out pretty easily, so... I'm excited to see. I'm not excited to deal with Plasma Fett. Like, that shit sucks. It's a very, very strong card, and when it's out, you usually just lose. Good night, Ivan. Thanks, buddy. Could hear it from Monarch draft for a beginner. Unfortunately, Michael, you can't. That's not how you will play. There's no hero that's better or worse for a new player. You just have to draft what you get. And I'm trying to think. I don't think any of those heroes is particularly easier than the other. They're all a little bit. They have their own little nuances. You're just gonna have to spend the time to learn. Nah, Prism's. I feel like Prism's not that easy to draft at all. Especially because it's probably the most contested hero you'll draft. Another beacon rainbow foil. Like Prism is always the most contested. But yeah, if you're a new player and drafting, I would focus on having a rough idea of all the heroes and a rough idea of what generics are good and transferable between them, so you can pick up some solid cards. Like I've been learning because I'm not that experienced in TCGs at all, especially not draft. I've drafted chain a couple of times. I'm having a lot more success remembering that I need a whole bunch of non-attack actions in my deck and not just focusing on attacks. I think yeah, I don't know. Thanks, Angel. I'm not the person to ask for advice on that topic, but I feel like if you pigeonhole yourself and go Bolton's easy to play, I'll draft that. You're not gonna do very well or have fun because you might try and force, and then a couple of people near you try and force, and you just end up with a whole deck of bobbles. It's very possible if you insist on a hero. Memorial Ground. So we did get... This is the last pack of box 3 of this case. I feel like Bolton's not the easiest to play because... Oh, here we go. That's what we want. Another Husk. 2 Husks, 2 Doomsdays. It's Levia time, baby. No problem, Michael. I mean, here's some beginner tips. There's non-attack actions in the set that are really good. Is it Erathiel? What's the card called? Is it even a... I can't remember what it's called now. When I see one, I'll mention it. 100% take poppers. When you see a popper, take it. Especially if you're Prism. So the equipment's good to get to draft. The Ironhide works really well. And then poppers. 6 attacks, not like the generic 6 attacks are really, really strong. But yeah, Monarch is quite intricate, so focusing on like one hero I think will ruin the experience for you. But I take the non-attacks like Belittle Minnowism, are really good to take, and I would take 6 attack, generic 6 attacks, always when you see them. And then try your best to know what cards are really good in each hero, so that when you see one pass to you, you know that the guy to your left or right, or person to the left or right, didn't go that hero. And then you can force it, and then you'll have a good experience. Man, I complained about this case, remember? That's the 3rd legendary. Another Valiant. What the hell is with these cases, man? I really got to complain more. That's what I got to do. How many legendaries we got? 2, 4, 6, 7. 7. Nice. No, we're missing Footsteps and Vestige. I mean, we don't want Vestige, right? But I'm so happy we've hit 2 Husks. How will you get the Nazareth? Well, you'll be able to buy this one on flukenbox.shop eventually, soon. I'm not keeping it. And second, usually these are armory. Usually they're armory ones. Thanks, Kerwin. This is my see playing Bolton. I agree. Bolton is pushing the yellow theme, and I really like, and I really think maybe the original design for Bolton was to play Vestige Library, because he's the one that struggles with card advantage and disadvantage, not Prism with Luminaris, you know what I mean? Am I definitely going? No, as I'm less likely to go now than I was before, because I'm not spending... Like, if it's going to be somewhere like Paris, which they've hinted at, that's a trip I would have wanted to book already so that it's as cheap as possible. So, yeah, I want to go, but I don't know. I will try. You thinking of playing the Axe? The light the new sword, or you're talking about the warrior axe? The one that you have to block with 2 cards or something. Another Rainbow Fall Erudition. Nice. This is what we want. This is basically why I think this set EV is great, is everyone's going to need Herald of Erudition. And, of course, all the Levia cards. And the Bolton cards. Is Dev still in the chat? I want to know if Dev's happy. I would play Bolton if it was Vestige Library. I really like that. Are you happy with the pulls is what I wanted to know so far. You have to be better for Kasai. No, I don't. Maybe. I haven't thought of that, actually. Maybe the new axe is good on Kasai because it's... You do the on-hit, create a copper type playstyle, and that axe is going to be really hard to stop hitting because you got to throw 2 cards at it at least. I really don't know. I don't think the new axe is very good. But I'm thinking more Dory hat. Yeah, Dev, I'll try my best, man. Well, we've been lucky with which legendaries too. Yeah, you can't use blood on the axe, can you? But then there is a... You know, the thing is with Kasai, she used to be a cash-in deck, right? With Royal now, cash-in works really well, so maybe you're just playing cash-in Kasai with the axe, maybe. But I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think the axe is playable on Kasai. Also, Kasai really, really likes to play Valiant Dynamo. If you're going axe, you're probably playing like attack action Kasai. What's the brute card that they spoiled? The 2 for 6 that blocks for 3 that you can't reduce its... You can't increase its cost, reduce its damage, reduce its block. I really like that card. Numbskull. I love that card. I don't know if it's like game changing, right? But how good's it gonna feel when someone gives you 4 frostbites and in turn you just pitch a yellow and swing with Numbskull? You're like, yeah, you know what, mate? No. Because it destroys the... Ooh, Spillblood foil. It destroys the frostbites. Oh, that's it. That's the case done. All right, I'm not unhappy. That was a 3 legendary case in the end. Winning. Well, it's also going to be huge against Prism because she has a whole bunch of new cards that reduce the... Yeah, I like the flavor too. It's like, this smart strategy you're using doesn't work on me. My IQ's too low. But it's great into Prism because it's, yeah, can't be reduced is huge. All right, case 5. The only issue is it has the disadvantage too of like, you don't want to see it on a Blood Rush turn. You don't want to see it on Pummel Hellhammer. Oof. Yeah, Hellhammer kind of look good, right? That's the one that banishes itself though, right? Zim, I have no idea what your other account is though. So it's fine. Anyway, someone want to come help me clean up tomorrow? Do you guys think Hexagon will see play? Ah, okay, Zima. Caleb, we spoke about that for a bit already, man, but love it. I think it's great. All right, here we go. Pack 1, case 5. So we haven't seen a Celestial Cataclysm. Wait, what's the new card that has like E-Strike and Celestial Cataclysm art mixed? What's the massive with like the 3 modes? That looks sick, that card, whatever it's called. I can't remember. Lumina Lance. Yes. I cannot wait to see that card in person. It looks like iconic art, if you know what I mean. We'll see how iconic it is, but it looks amazing. Yeah, it looks sick. All that lightning, and I love cards with the modes. Actually, that's something that Dory doesn't have. Dory doesn't really have. Yes, Zima, exactly. Playmatter, that would be sick. Dory doesn't have many cards with modes. That's maybe why she sucks. You know, who knows. Yeah, Caleb, again, we've already talked about that at length. My money is on it being Crown of Providence, reprint, non-foil. That makes sense. It's good for the game. It's in a supplementary set. I just feel like they should have revealed it by now if it was, but they might just do that. They might reveal it, you know, before the set. No, it's fine. Yeah, I think they will reveal it if that's it, or maybe someone will spoil it. But I think, like, if I told you right now non-foil Crown of Providence is in the set, you might actually order more product or actually order some product, right? Because that's a card that everyone wants and will retain value. Like, look at all the reprints of Tunic, they're all still expensive, so a non-foil Crown will still be expensive. Soul Shield has spiked in price. Even Soul Food is like, I don't know, Soul Food went from like 50 cents to $2 already. We'll probably still keep going. Although I don't know if it's actually good in Bolton or Prism. It's just the new Prism seems like, I think it's absolutely cracked if you hit a Soul Food on the new Prism and hit well, kind of thing. Hey, Laura. Yeah, Soul Shield is always going to be. I think Soul Shield, Celestial Cataclysm are like nutty. Celestial Cataclysm wasn't as nutty with Prism out of the meta, but Prism's back. So if you're playing Bolton or Prism, you have to run Celestial Cataclysm into Dromai and Prism and Mirrors. Like it's an insanely strong card. I think that card is always going to be a staple in light decks. Another foil Lumina. Tome, yes. Again, guys, if we've only ever had one light hero that was like in the competitive meta, so it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time, you'll see if both light heroes, or there are 2 light heroes in the meta, even if it's just the Blitz. Yes, Laura, it is my birthday today. Again, Tome's always been good. Tome is like Tome has this ability, a bit like Three of a Kind, to just let Prism go a little infinite. Dreamweavers. It's very, very good. And if you get very lucky, if you got, like, you start off with a Genesis and Tome, and you got Library out, like some crazy stuff and crazy damage used to happen on Prism, and still can, because you can actually give your, you know, your first Herald go again with the new weapon, and you just need an extra yellow to do that. It's one way to remember, Laura. Yeah, this is like my birthday stream, but it's really just stock for the shop. Yes. But we'll see. Not sure if Bolton plays the new chess piece or Vestige. I think it's probably the new chess piece. But then if he's playing the new chess piece, is he switching to daggers? Or someone was telling me, no, it's more likely going to be Raiden will be better. Or maybe this new sword. I like the new sword. People were talking crap about it, but man, 2 for 5. It's 2 for 5, right? It's very good. Like 5 is an incredibly annoying number to block. It's probably impossible to get good value blocks into a weapon that swings for 5. Sonata foil first ed is a good hit. Ah, yes, Jackson, you're right. Also, we'll see. Maybe you run both. Maybe there's a reason to run both. Like, I imagine Raiden is the better card when you're playing more defensive, and the new one is the better one when you're playing aggressive, maybe. The new sword is only non-foil in this set. What are you talking about, Bradley? Says who? There's no way we know what's only foil and non-foil, do we? We can't know that. Zima, yeah, true. For the combo, you still run. I understand. Sorry, you would run because you run. No, you don't, because Raiden doesn't cost anything. Yeah, that's why you're playing Raiden, right? You play Raiden and then you play the new chess piece because you can combo Raiden with no. You don't have to pay for Raiden. You just need the ability to swing it more than once with Lumina. I think that's what people are with Lumina. Yeah, with Lumina Ascension. I think that's what people are saying. Thanks, Jacob. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks, Breezy. Oh, another Ironhide Gauntlet. This is what we haven't hit. Like, we've had many repeats of everything. I think that's the 3rd Ironhide Gauntlets. Yeah, it's actually always good. Like, one issue that you'll always find with Dash is you can never be 100% sure what Dash is playing till they flip over their first item, right? So it's easy to actually sideboard incorrectly into Dash. Another deck that's doing that at the moment is Azalea, I believe, because you don't know if it's going to be Dreadbore or Death Dealer, and it's a very different playstyle. So Warriors especially, I've been saying this for a while, need that like Arsenal type ability. Arsenal, like weapons Arsenal, not flesh and blood Arsenal, where you actually don't know what they're playing. And it'd be great if you could turn over an axe and have a big advantage against someone because they sideboarded thinking you're playing Dawnblade, you know? Which is probably the way you're supposed to play this new axe, is play it into decks that you're assuming play a lot of D-reacts. So if Bolton has that ability where you don't know what set of weapons he's playing, that's a massive advantage. Massive advantage. Be good to see that. I feel like there's a lot of decks that get an advantage very early on in the game for that reason. Like I think that's the reason Icelander won Worlds. I don't know how many people teched assuming you're going to get Wounded Bull, you know? I know the deck was good, but I also feel like any deck that can play jank or play a surprise strategy or a non-optimal strategy that's still competitive is always going to do well. Dory does not have that ability. Yeah, Zima, that's what I don't know, my local players should know this. I've been saying I want to play Yellow Line Bolton for a while. Maybe that's actually viable now. Library and Bolton. I feel like you're just going to go through your deck really quick. Bolting Blade Foil is nice. How quickly would you mill your deck in Bolton? Guess it probably doesn't matter, because if you're playing with that much card advantage, you probably just kill them pretty quickly anyway. Another Soul Shield. Last pack of box 3. Box 2, not 3. I'll show you the real win, guys. This is the real win. This is how many red pulpings we pulled. They're so hard to get. I've been putting them aside as if they're Majestics. I don't think we've seen a single foil one, though, in red, which is disappointing. All right, wish me luck. Wait, what have we done in this? We've done one. Did we get a legendary this case? I can't remember. I am getting tired. Playset of chains. Chains of Eminence, is that what you mean? Yeah. What's the other one too? What's the... Oh, there we go. There we go. Footsteps. This is what we need. More of that. There's that talisman or amulet or whatever that also does that, right? Thanks, Calvin. Does anyone remember the amulet or the talisman that doesn't like if you play the same card more than once, they discard 2 cards? Actually, you know what? That's going to be very good against Levia now, isn't it? Because Levia will be playing cards from banished. But it's this turn, not this game. So I don't think maybe it matters too much. Amulet of Echo, is this the one? Might end up seeing some play. But I don't know. I don't know if that's like actually the best counter for Bolton. I feel like Bolton is one of those decks if you just need to put him in a corner, you know, put enough early pressure that he doesn't get to build a soul quick enough. Also, Bolton's very counterable with things like Tumultide, anything that destroys armor. If you can take out Courage or any of the equipment, like if he's using the new chess piece, it's the same thing because they'll be relying on it a lot. There's a whole bunch of cards that do that now. Just not for Warrior, but everyone else has them. Brute doesn't have them, never mind. I think Ranger. Fi can destroy armor. Droma can destroy armor more than one way. Tumultai and the melting. No, not melting, but there's the uprising card, the draconic one, chain link, whatever it is for. I don't know if that's played a lot though, but yeah, that's what I'd do against Bolton. Amulet of Echoes is probably too clunky. Ooh, mutated mass. What's the card you're talking about? Mutated mass power and is equal to twice the number of cards in your pitch zone with different costs. Alright. 3 packs left in box 3. Already got Footsteps. Now we just need a library. What? I mean, listen, I'm not unhappy. There's a Vestige. Any Cold 4 Legendary is happy days. We're really doing well on Legendary count, so... Sorry, I keep knocking the mic. Cold or Rainbow, Jackson? Oh, nice. It's a lot of money, I think, for Cold. And it's fairly easy to get a Rainbow Foil one. Might pay to trade to get a Rainbow Foil for the deck plus some cash. I mean, I'd probably do the trade, but the shop rates aren't the most you'll get for it, if you know what I mean. But happy to talk to you. I think we have a couple of Rainbow Foil libraries in stock. Whoa. Another Hexagore. See, these might just be money cards soon. Is that the third one? No. Second Cold Foil, though. Steven will be happy. Also, I mean, there's... every reason for the new Prism to play library as well. Oh, Jackson, I agree. I agree. I think it is playable because, again, there's like this incentive nearly or a game plan to race to have as many blood deck cards as you can banished. So you just need to hit 6 for Hexagore to just completely go off, right? And none of the new weapons would be better. Also, like, don't forget, Levia is going to completely put the brakes on Dromite if it's played a lot. Same as Prism. Like, Levia should nearly always demolish both those decks, as Brutes usually do. So there's every chance Levia hits the meta if this actually fixes her. And she can still play Blood Rush Bellows. She can still play Scab Skin Leathers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jackson. Like, you're not supposed to win that as a illusionist. That's like your natural predator. It's the same way Wizard can never really beat an illusionist. Like, it's extremely difficult. And why Warrior for the longest couldn't really beat an illusionist and probably still can't. I think like we have this one specialization that can probably turn the tide of a game into Prism, but then Prism has many, many more cards that will pull tempo her way, so... What I'm saying is it's great if Levy is played because it halts the... It completely halts the illusionist train. I don't think we have had a meta. Not in my experience. I don't know what it was like in WTR. Mind you, Rhinar and Blitz is meta. I feel like it's still a very strong deck. But not in CC, not to my knowledge. Well, funnily enough, it was in the Prism meta when you would have seen Rhinar really shine. Not Levia, because she still would just kill herself. But I think Starvo just made that impossible. Starvo and Chain, really. I don't think Rhinar has any chance into Chain either. This is the second last pack. Foil Majestic. Last pack. Whoa. Coldfoil Dread Scythe to end it. I feel like this is still one of those hidden gems of a card. So this is really, really, really strong in draft because of the Arcane. But I also feel like it's really, really strong anytime we get a life gain deck, which we just haven't had. I think in Blitz you sort of have that. There's like Ira life gain now. But yeah. I'm saying Dread Scythe a day is coming. Alright, foils. Alright, give me a sec. K6. Here we go. I might just stack these up because it's getting out of hand. But I'll fan them all out later. Before I end the stream. I'll move the Majestics away. Thanks everyone for hanging out, especially if you've stayed this long from the start. So what haven't we seen? We have seen all the legendaries. No library yet, and we haven't hit extended art, erudition, or Lumina, and we haven't seen Galaxy Black Cold Fall. But to be honest, we've hit everything I would have wanted to hit, which is great. Maybe EA Erudition's the one that's... Wait, was this foil? That is foil. Amazing. That's the one I was talking to, whoever was new to drafting. Warmonger's Recital, really, really strong. Why am I sleeving this? I would take that and Belittles and Minnowisms often and always in draft. They're very strong. And Poppers, like I said. It's kind of like very simplified advice for drafting. Can we hit a... Okay, Gallantry Gold. That's the first one we've seen in Cold Foil. You reckon tomorrow they'll unban Stubbies since we haven't seen Fi do anything of note lately? It's crazy, hey, that Fi had... Fi was like absolutely degenerate for like a month. With Mask of Momentum and Stubbies and it just got a couple of little bans and that deck has disappeared. Oh, whoops, wrong pile. I wonder what we'll see unbanned tomorrow. Maybe Skeleta. You never know. Although you really hope not with Vincent in the meta, right? Yeah, I feel like Lexi could use a little restriction, huh? She's not fun to play against. Way too many on hits that seem way too cheap or easy to pull off. I'm loving seeing Mark of the Beast because it's like an absolute powerhouse in Levio. Because it goes straight to banish. It's always been that really strong card for Levia, and yeah. It is extremely synergistic, obviously. It should nearly say Levia specialization. Like you can block with it and it goes to banish. It's crazy. Which now... You'll be able to play that from Banished, which means it goes back in Banished. Huh. Riding in the Shadow Realm. Rainbow foil. Yes, we haven't hit any cold foil Halo yet, have we? I mean, it's not going to excite me, but yes, it would be good. We've hit 3 Ironhide gloves, though, which are usually playable. Thanks, Devon. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Did they forget? No, it's technically not the 3rd in the US, and they usually, yeah, do it EST or whatever. If you just popped in the stream, we've had a 4 legendary box case and a 3 legendary case. We've had 2 0 legendary cases, but all up, we're doing well. As a total, we're doing well. We still haven't seen a library. Galaxy Black, Extended Art Erudition, and Extended Art. The other one. No, we got a Mark of the Beast. Lumina Ascension. Soul Food. We haven't seen one in a while. Here we go. So in how many hours are we supposed to see bans and restricted? Such a cool card, huh? In foil. Whoops. I mean, maybe they haven't finished it, you know. Also, it's cold foil. It's probably you know, maybe they're maybe they're gonna announce worlds, because many times when they do ban and restricted, it comes with a whole bunch of other announcements. So Adish, we're on case 6 of 9. I don't know if I'll hit 9, but we're at least opening 6 at this point. It's possible people have opened the Fable already. They shouldn't have, because distro hasn't sent out stock yet, or shouldn't have. But because pre-release is this weekend, yes, expect that. So here, I'll tell you a little bit of a bullshit part of this industry that LSS does not do enough to fucking rectify. If you're a store that does pre-release, they don't usually just give you your pre-release stock, they give you your stock as well. So a whole bunch of stores will already have stock to open this weekend. But if you're a single store like us, we don't get any. We get it next week. That's how this stuff tends to happen. You have an image, I don't want you to spoil it at all. I don't want to see it. I'd rather you don't. But, I mean, it's going to get spoiled anyway, I guess. Do I want to see it? I don't think so. What's the source? Like, is this a Discord thing? Yeah, no, I appreciate it, dude. You're not doing anything wrong. It's fine. Like, I usually get this shit in my inbox, like, like a girl gets a dick pic, you know? I'm like, I did not want to see that. That's what usually happens to me. I bet you if I check my phone. Well, it's LGS is running pre-release, but what I'm saying is they don't, like, what's supposed to happen is the LGS is running pre-releases are supposed to get the pre-release stock, right? Not their stock to open. So pre-release stock is usually fine because they need it for pricing, etc., or drafting, whatever. It's all fine. But what happens is these distributors just send them their whole order to save on shipping. That's what effectively is happening, which is crap. And especially if you're a store that's remote, they're shipping it to you early because they're worried about delays and they want to make sure you can run your pre-release. But that's what's happening. That's why this stuff gets spoiled. Because the distributors themselves are really tight. They're really strict. Themselves. Like, it's unlikely someone's opening stock at the distributor early. Yeah, but do we know who on the Discord? Like, anyone know a source? Like, is it a shop? Do you guys want me to pull it up on the stream? It's too early, you know. We don't even know what the other legendary is yet. So here's the thing. If that's been spoiled, where's the other legendary? Right, here, you guys can have a... Alright, someone send it to me. Go, Jackson. Dozer posted the image, did he? Here we go. Whoa. Come on, that's so good. Now I said I might play yellow line Bolton. Whew. Thanks, McIntosh. Yeah, I might play yellow line Bolton. Show you. I don't know. Fine, I'll show you. Here you go. You guys ready? Okay. This is the guys. Turn away if you don't want to get a spoiler. 3, 2, 1. There. That's really cool. I love this. I love the gems. More gems. It's putting something in your soul. This is absolutely great. Anyway, that's it. I don't want to be the person spoiling it, but if it's out, it's out. And I know I'm not the person spoiling it. You can tune back in now if you That is hot. I like that a lot. A lot. That's really cool. It doesn't charge, but it's... I mean... Yeah, it's another Fable for Prison. That's correct. Oh, man. Doesn't that feel bad for all the Shadow heroes? All the Shadow players out there? Yeah, no, it's huge because it's more or less card advantage, right? It's a really good card. That's really good. Also, remember, you can infinitely pitch a Fable. It keeps pitching. It doesn't block or anything, so... You're going to charge a few times in a long game from that. Or not charge, put something in soul. Sorry, I said no. I said turn away for spoilers, and I'm talking about the card, so it's clearly obvious what it does. I'm sorry. But I'm sure most of you didn't look away. I don't know if that's better for Prism or Bolton. I imagine Prism. That's the thing, because Yeah, Prism wants to put Prism wants to put cards in Soul that are called Herald to do the thing, so that's very handy actually. Isn't it right, Mitch? Like, doesn't Prism want to put a Herald in Soul and then do a Figment thingy? It's because you don't need to charge for her ability. I think it's really good. I think you'll get some free charges off it. Adish, yeah, if I had a wife, I'd understand exactly what you're talking about. Well, heavy yellow is sort of irrelevant, though. It's still just pitches for 2 and does the thing. I like it. I like it. Also, yellow is always like... Notice how the last Fable was yellow too. The problem with a blue Fable is it's like more likely to be an instant include because it's a blue plus an ability. So yellow is always, in deck building terms, is this good enough to take, like to put in? Because even in Dory, like most of our Majestics are yellow, and hey Calvin, we don't necessarily want to like take them all because yellows aren't great. Valiant Dynamo, number 2, I believe. Is it 2? 2, 3? 3. Not complaining, but this is probably still the lowest value legendary you can hit in this set. Good Deeds promo to give away. Calvin, I don't think so. If Dev is still in the stream, we might have some left, but we have some left for like certain regions, if that makes sense, because we didn't want to give them all out to like Australia where all our orders come. We wanted to be a little bit more international than that. So we put a bunch for Japan, a bunch for the US, etc. But if Dev is online still and tells us he still has one, he'll also tell you what you need to order to get it. Not your Dev, no, Laura. The other Dev. Not American sexy Dev. Well, that's exciting. Now we know what the Fable is. Don't even know what the other legendary is. Yeah. No, we don't, Addy. I'm sure it's about to come out. If someone's pulled the Fable, then they've probably... It's likely there's enough stock being opened that we're about to see it. I guarantee you in the next few hours you'll see it. Because also when the Fable gets spoiled, people start opening more if they have the stock. And like the thing is, if you're... Whoops. If you're following the rules and then someone breaks them, it's more likely you'll break them. That's what I'm trying to say. But also, I don't think there's a rule against opening the stock for a single shop, for instance. Like me, as a single shop, I don't have them yet. But if I was a store, I might have already got some stock to open, and that's where the spoilers come from, the leaks come from. Bolton Blade, Rainbow Foil. Yes and no, Jackson. I think that's the other thing you're probably going to see spoiled, if enough stores are opening, is serialized cards. Because technically, there's plenty of people opening packs than stores will open packs, but they'll open them much quicker at the start. Happy 18th. Yes, Stephen, appreciate it, man. McIntosh is like 2 hours late in the stream, hey. Typing. He doesn't know he's not live yet. I am hoping to be one of the stores that opens a serialized card. I don't know if we will, but I'm going to try. We'll definitely open a lot more stock than most in our region. I don't like the serialized cards at all. Because it's probably because it feels like a Wizard of the Coast thing. And it feels like that, like the lottery chase card thing. I don't know. I like me personally, I have no interest in them, if that makes sense. As a collector, I don't care. As a shop, it'll be exciting if we pull one because we'll grade it and sell it and make a bunch of money for the shop. But like the numbers I've already seen offered for them are silly. Like they're really high, like 5 figures for some. And for me, they wouldn't be worth that. Even though they're super rare, I just don't think like a cold foil artist sketch, just because you printed 10 of them only, doesn't really make it something I would chase. Hey Ian, I'm good, man. Also, I just hope it doesn't become a thing. Like, I know this is set number 10 and it's hype, and but I hope it doesn't become like a Wizards thing, Wizards of the Coast, where they just keep artificially rarefying stuff to the point that it's just ridiculous, and you can never finish a set of a. I feel like they did that a little bit already, and I hope they don't. It's not like a massive issue. It's just not how I like to collect. Think of Master Set Madness, man. How's he supposed to finish sets if there's serialized cards, you know? Whoops. Well, Raymond, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would prefer to see... Like, you know what I miss is stuff like... which I've been saying for ages. Like, Extended Art Twinning Blade or Alt Art Twinning Blade. Like, where's that kind of treatment where super rare lottery card, it's expensive, but it's just the same card, but it's playable. The serialized cards are like, feel like they take away from that. Because it's like, I guess it's the same. Maybe it's just my own take on it. I don't know. But I feel like making something like 10 of them or 20 of them is really, really low. Like, the average person has 0 chance to even see one. There we go, Eclipse. I think that's the second one we've hit. Wrong pack. But again, we also, hey Lionel, how you doing? I think the thing I'm missing is I also have no idea what they look like, right? I don't know if they look like a sketch or they're like just alt art. Thanks, Lionel. You know what I mean? We don't know what they look like. Maybe when I see them, I'll be like, holy crap, I really want one of them. Especially because there's supposed to be 10 different ones of each, so... So yeah, maybe I'll change my mind when I see them. We've got a foil first at Arclight Sentinel. That's nice. I heard they are 6.9 Rudy that are left over. No. Adish, that makes no sense, man. Like, they're cold foil artist proofs. Nah, they're cold foil artist proofs. Rudy's never had cold foil artist proofs in his kit. And it's only 10 of each. Jason, I'm good. How are you? All right, we're nearing the end of this 6th case. I might take a quick... you know what? I should be fine. I can keep going. I don't need a break. Another red pulping. Jason, we've had a 4 legendary case and a 3 legendary case, and 2-0 legendary cases. But so far, I think we're doing okay. Brennan, we've pulled heaps. I'll do a I'll go through the big cold foil pile. At the end. We pulled heaps of heaps of very cool stuff. Yes, we have a look. I do own a library. I mean, I own a shop that owns a library, I should say. But look at that. Arclight Sentinels is raining the last 3 packs. Nothing there. Nice Celestial Cataclysm, though, to end that case. Case 7. Eclipse and Doomsday and Cold Foil are absolutely fucking gorgeous cards. Unfortunately, they just weren't very strong or played. So Chain didn't really want to play it. And Levia loves to play Eclipse, but Levia just wasn't played herself. But that might change. Ooh, Foil Tome of Torment. We haven't got one of these yet. Thing is, Raymond Library was cheap for a little while. And then it skyrocketed back up. And Prism is going to be a very expensive deck, huh? You can do Cold Foil Library, Cold Foil New Fable, Cold Foil Heralds, Marvel Angels. And remind me to never ever play that hero. That's very good lucky, and that's the way you want to hit it. Didn't even have to buy a box. Yeah, it was. Library like crashed for a bit, which was, the price of like a box and a half or 2 boxes, and then it just didn't stay there for very long because it's still like, look, it's the art behind me. It's beautiful art. It's Federica art. It's the first landmark. It's like got a bunch of stuff going for it. It just went right back up. But I think when it crashed, a lot of the fab pricing had dropped. It wasn't because of library itself, you know. Yeah. But it's the same as anything. Like, if you don't own an Emperor right now, that deck doesn't need too much to become quite fucking unstoppable. One wizard set or one warrior set could really push that over the edge, but, you know. Heck. Speaking of the Emperor, I think the new gloves are amazing on the Emperor. Iron Song Versus. Because, yeah, that deck plays weapons and attacks. Don't think it's going to change much, but it might end up being played. But yeah, people that don't own an Emperor will be complaining when Emperor's suddenly good and they don't own one and they jump up. So if you're invested in the game and not going anywhere, I would pick an Emperor up. I'd pick up Silver Palms as well. They only exist in cold foil, but there's every chance Everfest will get released in Unlim, and then there'll probably be White Border. Using versus a 2-card hand. Why would it be a 2-card hand? It's not at all. It's definitely a 1-card hand. Swing weapon. Pitch, swing weapon, pass, and then the next turn you have the +1. Which, by the way, the next turn is you pay into Versus again. And you do it all over. Yeah, they will rock it. Silver Palms is actually an absolutely busted cost. What weapon costs 0 in Emperor? What do you, oh, never mind. Never mind. I forgot the red line thing, Mitch. You're right. You're right. In Emperor, it's a 2-card hand. Yes, it's probably not great in Emperor, actually. It is, yes, though. It is, because what Emperor wants to do is pitch into stuff to then pitch into Furnace, right? So I think the gloves actually still work quite well. Because you pitch your first card into them, second card into a 1-cost ability, third card into Furnace and gain 3, you know? Very loose theory crafting by me, I know, but I can see them working. Because Emperor actually wants stuff to sink reds into so he can pitch into Furnace with more cards in the pitch zone. Brendan, I don't think Merchant will be playable like in any competitive way. I don't think that's where they're going with it. I think Merchant is always going to be the group hug deck in UPF. That's pretty much what it's designed to be. Come on, library. I'm going to bed if we see a library, by the way. I'm not. That'll be enough. Second swing is nice. You know, I never realized second swing was just any attack, not just weapons. Cohesive way, yeah, I hear you. But still, even then, I don't think they're ever gonna... You know, I don't think you'll ever have a full Merchant deck. I think it's always gonna be this group hug, janky stuff, maybe with a couple of pieces of equipment. I mean, they're doing the Rudy equipment. So I think the new one has like a token or something, like it's 2 cards, and either way, that might be what makes it cohesive, actually. There's a bunch of these weird inclusions from like outside of opening them. like promos at events and stuff that eventually make something that works. Man, Red Spears is such a good card. Whoa. Okay, look, we don't want 4 Valiant Dynamos. Like, it's great. It's a legendary and all. It's cold foil, but we don't want 4. That's enough. Sorry, I'm not as chatty. It's nearly 1 a.m. for me. But also it's your fault because no one's talking to me, so. Exude. Yeah, Raymond, that was the idea. It'll take me a little bit of time. All the Majestics will go up pretty quick and the Legendaries, but it'll take a little time, but we'll put all the foil Heralds and everything up. I think people are going to want playsets if they didn't pick them up already. And the deck building's so different now. Like, Prism was running a bunch of yellows, but I think it'll be more red-blue now. Because you want the big Heralds, try and get them to hit so you can make some Angels. Last couple of packs for box 2. Hey, Chad. Alright, that was nothing. Foil Exude, pack 1. All of them, Chad. We've pulled at least one of everything. I've been going for a while. We're 7 cases deep. We haven't seen a library yet, and Extended Art Erudition, Extended Art Lumina, and Galaxy Black. They're the only big hits we haven't seen. Pretty much hit everything else. We haven't seen a Cold Foil Halo yet, but that's okay. We don't need one. Did that wrong. Do we not have one on the shop, Raymond? Is that what you mean? There we go. There you go, Raymond. Now we have one. Good hit. I think it's gonna be in the decks. Definitely in Prism. Still possible and likely. Oh yeah, the art is beautiful. Even the Spell Void 2 is great to have. We actually have exactly as many likes as we have viewers. Oh no, someone joined the whoever just joined the stream, you have to like the video. You gotta keep it even. Right, halfway through box 3. Library next, I hope. That'd be great. I love that the library is like the most noticeable card. Like the second it's in the pack, because it's sideways. It's Blood Tribute first, Ed. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the problem with Fab is it's not Magic. So stuff like that, the old arts, old printings with different art, it hasn't necessarily followed the trend of what Magic does. What's easier to predict in Fab is what appears to be meta and not meta, or what will support a meta hero. Like, I think I could nail the pricing for Dusk Till Dawn based on a couple of conversations with some high-level players and figure out pricing off that. That seems to be... Oh, Blizzard, I can't even think of all of their names, but they're all sick. I'm really excited to open Marvel Angels. Like, it's going to be amazing. No. Oops. All right. This is the last box of case 7. One thing I don't like is all of the stuff, and although I completely appreciate the flavor of it, all of the light and shadow cards that interact with only light and shadow, you know? Like, if your hero has banished a card, or if your hero is a light hero or a shadow hero. Because I feel like it really limits the playability of those cards based on the meta. I completely understand their existence in the draft set, but I don't know why there's any of them in Dusk Till Dawn. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. That's because I feel like in Classic Constructor, those cards are instant not includes, you know? Should have been the World's like, yeah. People would have been happier, that's for sure. I think it's coming, like, I'm pretty sure the World's date is sometime end of November. Which, there's still some time, but yeah, it's... Unfortunately for a lot of people, they would have had to put in their leave requests for that time of year already. And it's... I think that there will be a bunch of people that just can't go because it's taken so long. Halfway. Ironhide plate, not the best cold foil to see. Oh, you can't do Nats? That's a shame, man. Would have been good to see you in Sydney. Well, I do know that the calling will be Melbourne, and it should be the week before Worlds, whenever that is, Jackson. So there's a chance we get a calling with a whole bunch of Kiwis flying to Melbourne before they fly to Worlds. Red pulping. Chad, I don't think you would want to vend an Australian event. A little bit like New Zealand, no one in Australia will probably spend too much money at a vendor. Small community that's pretty entrenched, you know. But you're welcome to come. Yeah, Jacob, it'll be fun. I mean, it's not confirmed, but it's the most logical because Nats is in Sydney. But, again, they haven't announced it officially, so who knows? Foil mutated mass. I mean, I don't know if you could, man. I sort of buy everything I see. But, yeah. Are you going to already buy off the pages? I'm not saying don't come. I'm saying you'll find it's similar to the New Zealand event. Oh, man. All right, one more case. I'm tired. So this is case 8. I'll leave the 9th for another day. Yeah, I feel like Arc and Alpha, no one really... I think Americans have a different culture with this, but from what I see, like, at events, other than the American ones, not many people are trading in Alpha cards, you know? How many Majestics were unseen, Mitch? Let me get rid of these comments. Sure, but remember, Australia's had the game for way longer than Singapore. But yeah, Australia's small, like very small player base compared to nearly anywhere else. Oh yeah, definitely come to Australia anyway. And if you can do it as a business thing, then even better, right? Claim some tax, buy some cards. Yeah, we haven't had a hit in a minute. Alright, Soul Shield's good. Hopefully we don't end the stream on a low note. We had some insane pulls before. But if you're still here, thanks for hanging out. Haven't streamed in a while. Last Legend. Yeah, Jackson, ooh, Stubby. No, actually terrible because it's not playable anymore. I don't think thanks, Laura. I don't think it'll be Tunic, hey. I think it's very unlikely to be Tunic. I think it's Crown. Crown makes so much more sense. Dominion, I don't think we need Dominion. Providence, yes. Yeah, but what would they reprint as a legendary? Like, what's inaccessible right now pricing-wise other than Tunic and Crown? Why, Chad? I don't think Dominion's expensive. That's why. And it's not that playable. Like, it's in a lot of decks, but not in any crazy way. That's Calvin, no, I don't think so. I think we're out of the Good Deeds promos. And if there's any left, they'll be for one of the smaller regions in the world. Why print Providence? Because it's expensive. It's prohibitively expensive. So, non-foil makes a lot of sense. It's basically the equivalent of Tunic. It's generic. It goes in nearly every deck these days. Except Brute. Brute probably won't be playing Providence anymore. And I'm all for them doing that, printing better headpieces so that people, and chest pieces, so people don't have to rely on. Like, I like the Prism one. It seems much better than the Tunic for Prism. But also, hopefully it's a brand new generic legendary. Like Boots. There's no generic legendary Boots. That'd be great. Alright, box 2. Let me get rid of these. Ooh, foil tome. That's nice. Would have been a nice draft pack for someone. Double tome. I don't actually know if it's any good in draft, to be honest. So close to being a massive hit. Just a normal rainbow foil. Feel a big hit coming. It's been quiet. I'm tired. The chat's tired. You know, this is when the big stuff. This is when it comes. I mean, look, a 5th Valiant Dynamo was not what I had in mind when I said big hit, okay? I'm just going to keep going because that never happened. Now we might get a big hit. Hopefully. Of all the legendaries we could hit, you know? We had to hit that one the most. Ah, it's a great hit, Josh, but I mean, if hitting 5 of them is not exactly what we want. But we've hit a lot more legendaries than we have cases, like many more. I'll do a count. I've lost count, but it's I think we might be averaging 2, which is crazy, right? I think it's less than 2, but we'll see, because this is case 8. Still have 2 boxes and a couple of packs left in case 8, so anything can happen. Fino, how are ya? Hey, have you been seeing a noticeable difference in subscribers when I tweet about you, or do people just ignore me? Because I've been trying. If you're not subscribed, guys, go subscribe to Fino's channel. No, it's good. If I mean, I doubt you need my help, but it sucks seeing your channel like 90 subs away from monetization. So hopefully you get it quick. And hopefully now that you're in the stream, we hit the library that we've been wanting. We hit 4 legendaries in the case, Fino. That was nice. Look, it's the money card of the hour. Foil soul food. We're not losing money, Chad. The EV is good for what we paid. I think we're okay. Also, we don't like necessarily for this stuff. We will price according to what we hit. So. You know, if we have to add $20 to each legendary to cover the cost of the boxes, then we do it. Following the market blindly is not the way we do it. What am I missing? It's so dull, the foiling on that. New Prism does look strong. We'll see what... I mean, she's called Prism, so she gets access to everything, including ALS and Erudition. Luminaris. We're on the home stretch, halfway through box 3. No library yet. This pack has to have something good. Couldn't even open it. Oh, Talisman of Dowsing. That's not good. Alright, foil Rouse is a good hit. We've hit like 4 of these, I think. I wonder if it'll still see play with Oldham on the way out. Yeah, but Bravo's not really widely played. That affects the value of the card a lot. Alright, Cold Foil Ironweave, first one for the night. Alright, last box for tonight. Wow, this is like... You see how pringled that is? Yeah, look, every one of these packs is pringled. Wonder why they're so bent. Man, I can't even open packs anymore. I should go to bed. Try and get one more good hit, right? Fino, did you see the new Fable? Whoops. Well, halfway through the last box. So close. Whoa. Man, happy birthday to me. Last box magic. We did it. What a night. A crazy box over. We literally hit everything. Whew. You know, I was worried there for a second. But I don't know why. We always come through. Thanks, Fino. You did, bro. I appreciate you. Guys, please subscribe to Fino's channel. He gave us a library. That was crazy. What the heck? It's 100% the last hit we're going to see as well as the library. What a stream. Now I have energy again. I could open another 10. Someone just needed to tell me. Hey, Raymond, look, if you want to buy 9 cases and open 8 of them and hit one, you'll get one too. Fino, did you see the new Fable? Did you see it? It got spoiled. I spoilt it, sort of, on the stream before. Yes, phenomenal hit. It's always cheaper to buy one. That's what I mean. Yeah, it does look good in Monarch Prism. That's for sure. Alright, last pack. Imagine we hit an EA in this one. Not an EA. Oh, we hit an Arclight. Guys, girls, thanks for tuning in. We did it in the end. Last box as well. There's a whole case left, but I don't have the energy to open it. Let's put this Eclipse with the other Eclipse. There must be another Eclipse. There it is. This is the cold foil hit pile. We did okay. Extended Art, Mark of the Beast. Couple of Husks, couple of Doomsdays. Way too many Dynamos. How many did we hit in the end? 5 Dynamos. But wait, here's the real count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14. 14 legendaries in 8 cases plus the library. So I'm ecstatic about the hit rates. As always, stuff will get uploaded to flukeandbox.com. Give me a day or two. There's a lot of rubbish to clean up, as you can imagine. We might put up a couple of playsets, a common rare for Monarch first, now that we probably have opened a couple of them. So, alright guys, good night. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.